I handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled the hammer back on the gun.
That nigga said, we saw the snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing. Everybody's seen it before you seen it. It used to be on the news. I keep telling y'all, I made the news before. All what y'all doing, people I already seen.
The internet's been set on fire by a shocking resurfaced video of Charleston White from back in the day, one where the 16-year-old took the stand and testified against his own friend, Antoine Doolittle. The clip shows Charleston dropping bombshells about a crime involving a robbery gone wrong, leading to the tragic death of Michael Levy. The moment Charleston flips on his friends for the crime has the internet buzzing. But what's got people really talking is what comes next. Charleston's reaction to the backlash.
Dreams of my Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe, but I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took that away.
A victim, which was a Caucasian man by the name of Michael Levy. I was sentenced to 12 years under Texas juvenile determined sentencing law. My 3 co-defendants, all of them was tried as adults. They were 15 and older. I was 14. So I went into a boys' home that was co-ed with boys and girls. So I spent my entire youth, my entire teenage life from 14 to 21 in the boys' home. When I got out at 21, my record was sealed. So there's no record of me ever being in trouble for that.
Instead of apologizing or backing down, Charleston White is laughing in the face of it all. A new post of his shows him unbothered, mocking his critics, and proudly declaring that none of it will stop him from continuing his career. You think they're gonna stop booking me? I'm still rich and still getting interviews, he boldly declares. The internet's calling him a snitch, but Charleston's owning it. In fact, he's doubling down, claiming there's no honor in keeping quiet when it comes to protecting criminals. And in his words, I'll do it again.
You said, we saw the snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing. Look, you think they're going to stop booking me? You think they're going to stop interviewing me? You think people going to stop? No, you still going to be poor, and I'm still going to be rich and famous. So what? Why you think I told? I don't give a damn. I ain't friends with nobody.
But what's really behind Charleston's refusal to back down? Back in 1991, he witnessed his friend Doolittle escalate a robbery by shooting Michael Levy, a man who tried to stop the theft. At the trial, Charleston didn't just testify against Doolittle, he testified against 3 of his closest friends, sending them all to prison while he received a 12-year sentence. Fast forward to today, and the video from that trial is now viral, with people online dragging Charleston for snitching. His response, "You all saw the video years ago, but I'm still living my life. Y'all are broke. I'm rich."
I hope it is. I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it. I don't recommend doing 20 years for nobody. I don't recommend doing a life sentence for nobody. It's no honor amongst thieves. So why do I have to be honorable amongst thieves? Why? We all criminals and crooks.
I told y'all, I'm the one that put the feds on brick bacon. I keep telling y'all niggas think I be playing.
Boosie, I'm gonna put your mother ass in jail. Boy, you making threats to the promoter?
Charleston's message is clear. He doesn't care about street codes or public opinion. He's here to change the game. And if it means snitching to make a difference, so be it. He's even said he's on a mission to make snitching cool, hoping to challenge the idea that staying silent in the face of crime is a virtue.
I got a recorded phone conversation with witnesses on the phone saying the promoter is scared for his life, that he got to live in Baton Rouge, that Boosie go send them people to get you. He said he can't have the show because Boosie goes, I said, nigga, I just hired the police. The promoter scary. Scary ass nigga. Yeah, nigga, Boosie is a hoe. And I bet he don't want to get in that boxing ring. Not snitching. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not trying to get out of no trouble. That's what a snitch do. A snitch is telling to wiggle out of something. I'm just telling.
For Charleston, it's about speaking the truth, even if it comes at the cost of his friendships and reputation. I'm not trying to escape trouble. I'm just telling the truth, he explains. But Charleston's controversial behavior doesn't stop there. Recently, he made headlines again, claiming responsibility for getting rapper Brick Baby picked up by the feds after a hit was put on Charleston's head. In typical Charleston fashion, he didn't shy away from bragging about it, saying,
Our black kids don't have no protection. You don't even have nobody standing in the gap for them and God. They just on their own.
Standing their way out here.
Homie, listen. They have to go to jail and they have to die because it ain't nothing God can do with them. Why you thinking so many young people dying today? We ain't never seen this before. We ain't never seen young. They have to because it ain't nothing God can do with these hearts of young people because of the fruit that they come from. The seed and the fruit is all the same. Sit your down. Some of these little ain't never had a hug from Big Mama.
I put the feds on him, and now you're seeing the result. And just when you thought he couldn't stir up more drama, he also confessed to calling the cops on rapper Boozy Badazz for allegedly threatening a show promoter. No one is safe from Charleston's tactics, and he seems to take pride in calling out anyone who crosses him. While many are quick to call him a rat, Charleston insists he's not doing it for personal gain. He doesn't care about rewards. He says he's doing it because he's grown and doesn't want to spend his life behind bars for the sake of loyalty.
They grandmama said, I'm too young to be a goddamn grandmama. Call me mama. Don't call me grandmama. Grandmama don't even want to be young. Don't even want to be called grandmama.
Nah, real
So you can't just go up and lay your head on the chip. What the f you want? Why I'm taking you got kids? Y'all be having your mama come get you. They being rejected like straight off. Get away from her. Get. Nobody's hugging and nurturing and breathing life into these little black motherfuckers. I'm teaching, train young boys what snitching is, what telling is, and I want to create a Boy Scout organization. These start telling in school. They the who raise their hand and say, teacher, can I take names, and tell you who talking when you leave the class. They the ones in the hallway writing down names in middle school.
He's a police ninja, as he puts it, living a new life outside of street codes, and he wants others to join him. His recent statements about starting a snitching program for at-risk youth are just another example of how he's challenging norms and encouraging young people to speak out and protect themselves. But not everyone is on his side. Gilly the Kid, for one, has had enough of Charleston's antics. After Charleston's bold claims about snitching, Gilly fired back on social media, calling him a throwback rat, and Charleston didn't hold back, responding in a way that shocked everyone. He even took things too far.
Dropping notes to the principal, to the kids with the bloodshot red eyes that look like they on pills, so they can be law-abiding citizens and great neighborhood watch crime people. We need to train this. We train and gangsters, so we need to train some confident, snitching, tattler-telling young man that ain't scared to tell on now, mother, and teach them how to fight too. So if you fuck with them by telling, they'll kick your ass. Yeah, we need some strong snitches.
Far mocking the death of Gilly's son in a video that has people questioning whether Charleston has crossed a line he can't come back from. In the midst of all this, 50 Cent, known for his own controversies, weighed in. But surprisingly, he sided with Charleston. Charleston White is right, 50 posted.
Hold on, I'm finna call my son. You got to go to the graveyard to see your son. say, look, this what my kids give me for Father's Day. Gilly, say Gilly, cash money backup singer. Say, cash money backup singer. I'm sorry, backup dancer.
Yes, Charleston White is correct. I'm a rapper, not a dealer. Be sure to catch my new show, 50 Cent, 50 Ways to Catch a Killer.
Hinting that he agrees with Charleston's no-holds-barred approach to life. But the internet isn't ready to let him off the hook just yet. While some applaud him for stirring up conversation, others are quick to call him out as nothing more than a troublemaker looking for attention. One thing is certain, Charleston White isn't sorry for his actions, and he has no intention of changing his approach. Enter Tyrell T-Rex Johnson, a former gang leader turned activist who has been closely watching Charleston's rise to prominence. T-Rex
say, you know what? Let me learn from this. Let me move different in life. Let me not be disrespectful. Let me be an antagonist. or that woman, God bless Michael Levy's soul and condolences his entire family as well, they going through with this loss. But you still on the internet clowning, bragging about you killed white man before.
Rex, who once made headlines for his own controversial actions, sees Charleston's tactics as an opportunity to push his own agenda. Charleston speaking the truth, even if it's hard to hear, T-Rex says in a recent interview. We've been silenced for too long. He's just using a different language to say the same thing we all know. T-Rex has started his own initiative, the Truth Movement, a program aimed at reforming young men who have been impacted by street life. And he sees Charleston as a potential ally. However, his approach is more strategic.
Yeah, LeBron was cheating, going to go get all the best players, go get the best forwards, the best point guards, and winning championship.
Where do you rank him in your GOAT list, LeBron?
Top 10.
Not top 5?
Nah, man, you got Wilt Chamberlain, you got Magic Johnson, Gary Payton, man, you got some man, Darryl Dawkins, man, you got some names that could go, in that top 5 that can be argued. It's just that most of us hadn't seen them play. But you know, it's some names that I believe go way before LeBron.
Encouraging truth without the chaos. I want to mentor these kids, not tear them down, T-Rex adds, clearly positioning himself as a more responsible version of Charleston's message. In contrast, Tasha Graves, a prominent social justice activist, has condemned Charleston's actions. Snitching isn't about bravery, it's about breaking trust, Tasha said at a rally last week. Charleston's glorifying betrayal, and that's dangerous. What does it teach the next generation? That it's...
Charleston White is, what can I say? I think he's a comedian / activist / rapper / I don't even know. This guy / orator, who even knows? He does a whole bunch of different things. But at this point, his main thing seems to be influencer. Right? And if you're on his Twitter, you would see that I think he calls himself the Menace, because basically Charleston White goes all around internet land and causes...
Okay to destroy friendships and lives for personal gain? Tasha, who has spent years advocating for criminal justice reform, has been vocal about her disdain for Charleston's rhetoric. And now she's leading a campaign to push back against his influence in urban communities. As the drama intensifies, Charleston's new role as a media figure has turned him into a magnet for both support and hate. His controversial speeches and interviews keep the public on edge, but more importantly, they have made him a central figure in the conversation about accountability, loyalty, and the rules of the...
Problems, all right, with his mouth, with his voice, with his speech, on numerous podcasts, talking all types of smack, all kind of things, inappropriate things, all right? But here, he's weighing in on the GOAT debate. He's weighing in on the top 10 players of all time. And for some odd reason, LeBron James ain't on there, okay? Now, why LeBron James is not on his top 10 list? I'm not sure, especially mentioning the players that he mentioned. Going down to Darryl Dawkins.
Critics argue that Charleston is exploiting the streets for personal gain, while his supporters believe he's shaking up a broken system, bringing attention to a deeper issue, one where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred. And now, as Charleston continues to make waves, the legal system is starting to take note. Rumors are swirling that Charleston is on the verge of being called to testify in another high-profile case involving the underground world of celebrity gang affiliations. Will his past finally catch up with him, or is he already too far removed from the streets to be touched? The question looms as the media circus around him grows, with every new statement, every new controversy, pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in the public eye. With the court case still looming over his head, Charleston White is keeping everyone guessing. His latest legal battle could either make him or break him, and with new players like T-Rex Johnson entering the picture, and public figures like Tasha Graves rallying against him, the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Charleston be the one to change the streets for the better, or will his reckless approach lead to his downfall? One thing is certain, he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
You know, a low-budget shack or something like that. He had power, and I think he even brought down some rims, you know, the glass, shattered the glass or something like that before, because he had power. He could dunk, and he was big, right? But that's about it. So how Charleston White even knows who Daryl Dawkins is, I do not know, because he's about my age, and I really had to watch some real history of the NBA, you know, to get who Daryl Dawkins is, because they don't show him, because he wasn't really that guy, you know, who had great seasons or had like great moments in the NBA. But at the end of the day, like I said, everybody is, you know, allowed to have their own opinion, and I just don't agree with this one. So that's until next time. Bye.
Instead of apologizing or backing down, Charleston White is laughing in the face of it all. A new post of his shows him unbothered, mocking his critics, and proudly declaring that none of it will stop him from continuing his career. "You think they're gonna stop booking me? I'm still rich and still getting interviews," he boldly declares. The internet's calling him a snitch, but Charleston's owning it. In fact, he's doubling down, claiming there's no honor in keeping quiet when it comes to protecting criminals. And in his words, "I'll do it again."
You say we saw the snitch video, so everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just 'cause you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing. But you think they gonna stop booking me? You think they gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? No, you still gonna be poor, and I'm still gonna be rich and famous. So what? Why you think I told? I don't give a damn. I ain't friends with nobody.
But what's really behind Charleston's refusal to back down? Back in 1991, he witnessed his friend Doolittle escalate a robbery by shooting Michael Levy, a man who tried to stop the theft. At the trial, Charleston didn't just testify against Doolittle, he testified against 3 of his closest friends, sending them all to prison while he received a 12-year sentence. Fast forward to today, and the video from that trial is now viral, with people online dragging Charleston for snitching. His response? "You all saw the video years ago, but I'm still living my life. Y'all are broke. I'm rich."
I hope it is. I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it. I don't recommend doing 20 years for nobody. I don't recommend doing a life sentence for nobody. It's no honor amongst thieves. So why do I have to be honorable amongst thieves? Why? We all criminals and crooks. I told y'all, I'm the one that put the feds on brick bacon. I keep telling y'all didn't think I be playing. Boosie, I'm gonna put your mother ass in jail. Boy, you making threats to the promoter?